Okay, this is the very short analysis of this passage. In this passage, we are at line 2661. Okay, so you see that it is a very long poem. And it is printed in the modern translation because, as I told you, the original language will be very difficult to understand in modern English. And we find two characters. One is Wiglaf, who is the retainer, the helper, the friend of Beowulf. And as Beowulf has already fought with the dragon, so we are at the end, quite at the end of the poem, Wiglaf is arriving to help his lord. Then Wiglaf, waded the dangerous reek and went under arms to his lord, saying only, "Go on, dear Beowulf, do everything you said you would when you were still young, and vowed you would never let your name and fame be dimmed while you lived. Your deeds are famous, so stay resolute, my lord. Defend your life now with the whole of your strength. I shall stand by you." After those words, a wildness rose in the dragon again and drove it to attack. Having up fire, hunting for enemies, the human is loathed. Okay, first of all, let's see the translation. Okay, so we have, it is not very difficult indeed. Così lui, Wiglaf, quindi l'aiutante, riuscì ad aprire un varco nel fumo, nel denso fumo, vedete? Quindi questo denso fumo is considered a vivid language because it gives us the impression of something really, really dangerous and dark and aggressive, of course. E andò under arms to his lord, armato ovviamente, verso il suo signore, dicendo solo: "Andiamo, caro Beowulf, fai qualunque cosa che tu avevi detto che avresti fatto quando eri ancora giovane e avevi giurato che non avresti mai lasciato che il tuo nome e la tua fama venissero offuscati mentre tu vivevi. I tuoi deeds sono, as you probably have already studied in the previous lesson, the deeds are the great actions of heroes. So the heroes, they don't do actions, but they do deeds. Quindi sono le grandi azioni, le imprese. Your deeds are famous, quindi le tue azioni, le tue imprese sono famose, quindi sii risoluto, sii deciso, mio lord, a difendere la tua vita ora con il totale, con tutto l'insieme delle tue forze. Io sarò accanto a te. Dopo queste parole, un istinto selvaggio si rinnalzò, ricrebbe nel drago e lo portò all'attacco. Heaving up, vomitando fuoco, hunting for enemies, andando a caccia di nemici, lui odiava e quindi sfidò gli umani. Okay, what we see, first of all, vivid language in dangerous reek and in wildness rose, quindi questa rabbia che ricresce nel drago. The aristocratic military society which is the setting of epic poems, is evident in Under Arms to his lord, because he goes towards his lord wearing his arms, his word probably. recollection of glorious past, because he talks about the past, the glorious past of his Lord, and he exhorts him not to die, to go on fighting against the evil monster. Great deeds of heroes, your deeds are famous. This is a very quick recollection. And the supernatural elements are represented by the dragon and the heaving up fire, quindi da questo drago sputafuoco. And you see the type scenes is the battle, because you see here attack, hunting for enemies, so the typical setting of the epic poem. Now I just wanted to tell you something more about okay. Now going back to the diagram, you see that the epic poem is a recollection of the past, of the glorious past of nations, of people, and there are described the great deeds of the heroes and of kings, of soldiers, of warriors. The society described is the aristocratic and military society, and we have also supernatural creatures. Okay, so not only heroes and kings, but also particular invented, created fantastic creatures. The epic poem is a long narrative composition, poetical composition. We explained why it is long, why it is poetical, and why it is a narrative. The style is elevated, as well as the language, and the type scenes are particularly important and repetitive in all the poems, and they are, for example, the fight, as we have just seen in this passage, in this short passage, the banquets and the funerals, as we probably are going to read in the next days. Okay, that's all